Right. I think I'm live now. Let me just check the YouTube. For anybody who's just catching this stream, this is a follow-up from this stream, Dash and Maya number 1. I will drop a link. Actually, let me go ahead and see if I'm live first. Looks like I am. So I'll get this link. I'll drop this in the Discords. Drop this. Let's go here now. All right. I'm live. And let's go ahead and drop this in Maya as well. It looks like there was a stress test going on, so looks like it's back up now. So we shouldn't have any problems with getting data from MayaScan or anything like that. But let's cross our fingers. Let's see, where's Dash? This is a great video, by the way. You should all check it out also. Much quicker video than I'm doing, just if you want to get up to speed on how to add liquidity from Morgan Freeman himself. Let's see. Okay, now let's go back and talk about what we're going to do today. So first thing that we're going to do, actually, before that even, I'm going to open up this chat window so that I can respond to comments if anybody has any here. For some reason my Zoom doesn't work very well when I'm here. So I guess I'll just leave the whole window open. So what are we doing today? We are going to first connect our wallet, and I showed how to do this last time, how to create a wallet either from scratch or from an existing key store, or recover one from a phrase. Today we're just going to connect. So let's see, connect existing wallet, and I believe it's this middle one that we were working with. We're basically just going to pick up where we left off. So the last place we had, I think it's probably easiest to show in the Block Explorer, but first I'll explain this. We have a wallet here. We funded the wallet with 1 Dash initially, and then we did 0.5 worth of Dash transfers, swapping using the Eldorado interface, and they're just the normal adding liquidity using the deposit add function. And then we also did the custom memo route where we go transfer, click this, make a deposit with a custom memo, and then we did the add dash dot dash custom memo, and we did like 0.1, and then we did that a few times. And then in the process, I reviewed the video from the last time, and it turns out that I did make a mistake. When I went to add liquidity at one point, I'll just go ahead and do that here. It defaults to symmetric. And the first time I did it, I was paying enough attention to where I caught it, and I clicked on asymmetric because that was my intention originally. And we went through here on Dash, and we selected Dash, and we did one successful asymmetric add that way. And I'll show you the address book or the address page on Insight. So this was where I funded the wallet through a private send transaction. If anybody missed that, let me just go through that really quickly. This is what a private send transaction looks like in Dash, so you basically can't trace back to see the origin of my funds, and then this was transferring it to the GH wallet, which is the Eldorado key store. So we did that last time. And the next thing that we did was we did an add liquidity action where we sent 0.1 dash to the my liquidity pool. We did this using just the normal add, like I said, not a custom memo. And this is going to the pool, and then this went back to my original address, the GH you see, and then this was the memo field that gets automatically, the memo output, I should say, that gets automatically added when you use Eldorado's interface, or any Thor wallet interface would do the same thing. So that's what these three outputs are. So that one was successful, and then we did two more that were successful on the Dash blockchain, but didn't go completely through as a liquidity add, and I'll talk about why in a minute. But then we did two more transactions that went through and completed successfully. One using a custom memo that had the affiliate fee, just to show that it works just exactly the same. And then this last one we did was a 0.1 liquidity add that used a custom memo without. Anyway, I removed the affiliate fee. So that's what we did last time. And then those two that were unsuccessful, the reason was when I went back in here, I hastily, did deposit add, and because it defaults to symmetric, I had chosen Dash, but I didn't realize that I was on symmetric, and I did add liquidity. I did like 0.1. I did add liquidity, and even though I don't have a balance of cacao in this wallet, it tried to do one anyway. I think that's probably not a great default. Like I would like a warning as a user. I'd like a warning if I don't have a balance of the pair that I'm adding liquidity to, in this case cacao. I think it'd be good to have like hey, are you sure you want to do this? You don't have any balance in your wallet. But it did go through, it came up with an error, and because I didn't know what I was doing wrong, it had the error twice, and so I did it twice. So today what we're going to do is we're going to try to complete that symmetric liquidity add by adding the other side of what it's expecting. Because if we go back here to the wallet, you can see that I'm in a pending state. Oh, looks like this is actually improved since the last time I looked at it. And I think I looked at it just today and I saw it was pending as well, but covering the whole thing. So I didn't see this before. And if you look at the video from last week, this pending liquidity add was covering up. It had overwritten this, so it looked like I didn't have any liquidity positions because that pending one was covering it up. But now it looks like they may have improved it and relaunched a new version of the app. So now I see I have these successful positions, liquidity positions, amounting to 0.2659. Now that was at the time, I think exactly 0.3, but the way that Maya works is based on the value of the two assets in the liquidity pool, it will rebalance. And because cacao has underperformed Dash, it's reduced the amount that I can withdraw. In other words, I have what I would call an unrealized loss. Unrealized because I haven't actually withdrawn it yet. but which they call an impermanent loss in the Maya space. I don't like that term because I think unrealized is just as good, and that's a term that everybody already understands from traditional finance, but for whatever reason they call this an impermanent loss. So instead of 0.3, I now have 0.2659. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to finish these pending adds, and I don't know how to do that yet. I'm going to figure it out. But I think the first thing that we obviously need is we need some cacao in our wallet. So the first thing that we might have to do is do a swap from some of our Dash to some cacao. And I guess, let's see, how much should we do? Let me just check the comments to see if anybody's saying anything yet. One time's here saying, have you tried bonding any LP funds to a node? Do you know how much more profitable that can be? I do not, and I have not yet tried that, and that might be something that we could do in a subsequent stream. Seems to be an Eldorado bug. It doesn't show your LP info correctly when you create the LP. But if you close the wallet and then reopen it, it will show correctly. So maybe all I needed to do, even yesterstream, was to close the wallet and then add it back, and maybe it would have shown even then, or maybe they updated it. Who knows? So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a like here because I like this content. Let's see. Going back to what we're doing. So first thing let's do is transfer, or not transfer, let's do a swap. So let's go here. Let's go Dash. We want to swap Dash for some cacao. So the question is how much? We did 0.3 successfully. We did 0.2 unsuccessfully. So we need 0.2's worth of Dash or of cacao at least. So let's do 0.25 maybe. Let's do that. I think that's a good idea. That will leave us some extra cacao. Although I think transactions cost 1 cacao, so maybe I should just 0.5. This extra 0.5, 0.05 should be more than 1. I'm guessing. Let's just make sure. 0.05. That's 2.45 cacao. So yeah, let's do 0.25, and that should leave us with a few extra cacao just to do whatever we need to do. And make sure that we're not running out there. Outbound fee 0.11. That's cacao. So I don't know why it would be 0.11 dollars. 0.2 cacao. Okay, but it is what it is. It's going to add a liquidity fee. That's fine, or an affiliate fee. That's fine for now. So let's go ahead and swap. Okay. Pending. And let's check this. This obviously will have an unconfirmed transaction because we're sending from Dash to the pool. And we did this last time, but let's do it again just for fun. Let's go here, open up the details here, and let's get this, copy this op return hex bytes, and go into a hex decoder. Let's see if we get the same one that we got last time, because that worked really well. Yeah, this looks familiar. So I'm going to delete that, enter that, and this is the custom, or the memo, not custom, because I didn't enter it. This is the memo that Eldorado automatically added to that transaction when I did the swap. I'm going to copy that. Actually, let's talk about it right now. Let's just zoom in just a little bit here. So, trackpad's not working very well, but the equal means swap. So that's last time. It looks like it sounds like I just got a confirmation on that dash address. The equal means swap. Last time it was a plus. That was for liquidity add, and as you might imagine, a minus would do a withdrawal. And then the colon is a separator that ends the argument, ends one argument, starts another argument to the custom memo. This is the next field right here. This is the pool that you're sending to, or that you're swapping to in this case. So it's sending or swapping to, same idea. Maya.cacao, this is the network, and this is the asset. And then this is the address that I think this is my address. Let's see, Maya 18L. Let's just double check and see what that is. I think it's mine, 18L. This looks like it's all done, and I probably will be able to get back to this information using Maya scan if I need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and go out of here and go back to view my wallet. And Maya 18, yeah, ends in get. And yeah, sure enough, that ends in get. And then this is the, here's an empty argument right here, and then this is the affiliate. This is the affiliate name, and this is the affiliate amount in basis points. Okay, so let's go back to Eldorado and refresh our wallet. Actually, it doesn't. It looks like it refreshed itself, which is nice. Let's refresh it again, just to make sure. Now we have 12 cacao in our wallet, and we have less. We had 0.5. Now we have 0.25 left in the Dash wallet, and we still have our active and successful liquidity position, and they still have this pending liquidity position. So now the next step is we need to complete these partially completed liquidity positions. And it's a little bit of a bummer that it doesn't show me what I need to do to make this not be pending, but I think what I need to do is I need to add about 0.1 worth of Dash for each of them. So I'm going to check the comments here to see if anybody, see how much matching funds are needed. You're just calculating it from memory. Yeah, I wish I didn't have to do that, but I guess that's a feature that they could add in the future. So let's see. Let's bring up a little calculator. 0.1 Dash is times $30 per Dash is $3. So how many cacao is that? $3. And let's see. Price of cacao right now is I had this up somewhere. Let's just find it. I guess it's not okay. There we go. Nice tools. Let's go stats. So it's taken a little bit of a dive. past couple days, 3 days, 4 days. That's nice for those of you who want to get in on this, buy some cacao and add to liquidity pools. 0.5698. So bring up our calculator again. So $3 times 0.5698. So 1.7, something like that. Does that sound right? 1.7 cacao. Let's go with that and just see. I need to divide this. My on-the-fly conversions are not as good as my off-the-fly conversions. But I'm kind of curious to see what happens even if it is wrong. So let's do 1.7. In fact, let's just do 2 dash or 2 cacao. Let's just see what happens. I think it should balance itself, but I don't know. I just don't know that. Maybe one time, if you don't exactly balance the thing, I would guess it balances it for you, because you're never going to get like exactly right on the money. And even if you did, it would change pretty quickly. So I'm guessing it fixes it for you. And all the El Dorado is really waiting for is for you to do some transaction to that wallet. So, So do I do it here? Do I add here? Let's try it. No, because I think that's going to create a different liquidity position in that pool, rather than adding. I wonder if I have to do a custom memo here. I don't want to go back. View wallet again. Yeah, because this I think is like add to this add to this symmetric liquidity position. I don't know. Let's see if you should send with custom memo. Send cacao and put your dash address in the memo. Yep, that's what I thought. Pending. Pending. I'm not sure why. If you had a URL in that comment, that's probably why. I mean, nobody's behind the scenes censoring comments here. But yeah, so I'd rather know exactly how much to add. So pending LPs on MayaScan. Let's do that. This is my dash address, so it should be here. Yes, and it is here. Let me just refresh this page, just in case. Yeah, and now it shows refund. Wonder what that's all about. I did that swap. That I meant to do. I don't know what the refund is all about. That might have something to do with the affiliate fee part of that swap, because it's a smaller amount. Let's just check that. Let's check this. I think it's 0.75. That divided by 0.25. 0.25. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. 0.0075. That's the 75 basis point affiliate fee. Okay, so we're checking this pending. Now let's do the first one first. Go back. Let's do this one first. I know it probably doesn't matter. Okay, this was the memo that I used to do this liquidity add. I didn't type this as a custom memo. That's what the Eldorado wallet did for me. And how do I know? How do I find out how much is pending? How much I need to add? I need to do 0.1 worth of dash. I know that much, but it doesn't tell me, like it doesn't calculate it for me. So that's what I did with that other calculation here. I did 0.1 dollars per dash, multiply that by dollars, so that's $3, and then convert that into cacao, which was that 0.5 or whatever. So it ended up being, I think, 1.7 times 0.56 or something like that. Well, yeah, 1.7 is what it was. That's what I'm going to do. 1.7. Go back to Eldorado. Let's do custom memo. We are, I think we do here. I think we go to a custom memo from the cacao side and we put our dash address in. Let's do that. Make a deposit with a custom memo. And the memo is going to be add, colon, I'm just doing this kind of like from memory and reason, cacao, let's see, not cacao, Maya.cacao, colon, and then my dash address, I believe. And that is, I should have copied it already, but I believe it's this here. So just copy it from here. Okay, so we're adding. No, maybe this should be dash dot dash. That's the pool that we're adding it to. We're sending it from Maya already, so let's rethink this. I think this is supposed to be dash dot dash. Because we want to send it to the dash pool. Okay. And then we're going to, what did we say? This amount is in cacao, I believe, 1.7. So I'm going to check with our trusty expert here and see if I'm doing this right. Okay. Send custom memo, send cacao, and put your dash address in the memo. No, it's your memo should be plus dash dot dash da 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 da. Okay, yep, I got it now. Good. I'm trying to learn. I'm learning at the same time that I'm doing. This isn't like me coming from the top of the mountain with all the wisdom. This is me learning with you guys. So thanks for being here one time. I'm going to add 1.7 dash. Is that the number? Yes. Sending. Okay, now it opens up the Maya scan instead of the dash, because now I'm sending cacao. That makes sense. All right, here's my memo. And it looks like this 0.2 is because it knows that there's in some 0.2 worth of dash waiting for cacao. So I actually probably underdid that by about 50%. So I probably need to add, well, I don't know if I have the option to add any more, but let's see what Eldorado shows now. Okay, Still pending. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. This is 12.93. This is 0.25. Okay. Now that went down because down by the 1.7 that I added. This is the same because I didn't do anything with dash. But now I have 3 liquidity positions here. Interesting. So this one's pending still. This one's $8.02, 0.264 cacao. And oh wait, they might have switched places on me. This looks like an asymmetric liquidity position because it's saying I don't have any cacao redeemable. I think that's right. And then this might be the one that I just completed, the symmetric one with 2 assets redeemable. I can redeem 6.16 cacao on this and 0.116 dash. It's hard to keep track of these. It's hard to keep track of these because the pools are always changing on me, so I'm kind of relying on this 0.1 thing that I'm doing. And I don't exactly know why I have this third one pending now. Because I thought that with this showing 0.2, let's just go back. Let's go over here. No, that's the stats. Where did I have that page open? Let's see. Got now, cheers. The third pending LP it shows is a bug. If you close and reopen the wallet, it will go away. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to try to disconnect. That's the least harsh refresh. Refresh would have disconnected me too, but I'm just going to go ahead and manually disconnect. System key store. It's good to know that that's a bug because I was confused. I was expecting that to only be 2 liquidity positions. Now I don't know if you always have at most 2 here, one for symmetric and one for asymmetric, for any given pair. So it looks like here I have this is just the dash, and then this is the dash cacao. So this is obviously my asymmetric add that I did last stream, and I have 0.264 would have been 0.3 had there been no changing in the values. I would have had this 0.3 that was from the last stream. That's my asymmetric add. This is now my symmetric add, the one and only one, where I have 0.160 and 6 cacao. 351 on each side. So that sounds a lot like, well, that could either be 0.1 that's increased in value or 0.2 dash that's decreased in value. I'm guessing it's the 0.2. So I'm just curious, like if I did it rebalance itself, or is it waiting? Is it expecting me to do the balancing on my own? Let's see. Now when you look back at my scan, are both of the pen? Yeah, that's a good question. That's exactly what I was going to do. I lost my train of thought. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this one back on page. Okay. Now this is good. This is good. Okay, so now what we have, this was our first liquidity add. for 0.1 with an affiliate fee, so it's a little bit less. This was our second one. This was the custom memo one. This was the custom memo where we removed the liquidity position, or we removed the affiliate fee, sorry. This was the symmetric add of, let's see, 0.248. I really only added 0.2's worth of dash there. So the reason that this is 0.24 instead of 0.2, why do I have more dash? Is that because of the rebalancing? And then this, we already add liquidity. Oh, this was the swap. Yeah, this was the swap. Sorry, no wonder I wasn't making sense. This is the completed liquidity position. This is the completed symmetric liquidity position that was previously from last stream. This was two separate unfinished positions. Now it's combined to be one position for a sum total of 0.2. That's making sense. That's making sense. And then this is 1.7. This is exactly, I added 1.7 exactly, and I added 0.2 exactly. So I was actually expecting those to be somewhat different. I was actually expecting these to be slightly different than 0.2 and slightly different than 1.7. But maybe this is showing what I actually added. I actually added 0.2 and I actually added 1.7. And if I go over to the positions on Eldorado, that might be where I'm looking to see the rebalancing effect. So here, 1.7 and 0.2, and here, much higher than 1.7 and much lower than 0.2. So yes, I think it did the rebalancing on its own. My math was probably wrong, which I kind of wanted it to be anyway, and it did the rebalancing so that they are equal value. They're both worth 3.51 now in that position. And overall, they're about the same, $8.8 even on here and $7 even on here. Timing differences. Okay, so I think that I could say that that's done. Any objections there? Is there anything for me to do to complete these positions? I don't think so. Let's check the stream. Yeah, no comments so far. So yeah, I think we're done there. Now, what I wanted to show, so I showed the swap. Let's see what time it is. 5:30. So I've been streaming for about a half hour, maybe. Let's see. Do I know how long I've been going here? Where does it show me? $39 minutes, 40 minutes. So yeah, I planned on doing this for a little bit more than an hour. So we're about on track. We did the swap. Now I want to withdraw my liquidity position. So back to Eldorado. And I'm gonna withdraw it. I'm gonna withdraw both of them. Remove, I guess, is the term. That's what I kept trying to find in my head. Add and remove. Maybe maybe we'll do this with affiliate fees and without. And then I want to also then, this one right here will withdraw and go toward my cacao and my dash balances. This one will just go, even though I'm exposed price-wise to both assets right now while it's in the liquidity position, when I withdraw it, it'll go strictly to the dash asset because that's what I added. I only added the dash asset, so it'll only go back to dash. So I want to do that, then transfer the remaining dash or swap the remaining dash or cacao back into dash and then see how much of a balance I have and to show like, okay, it's probably going to be a loss at this point, I'm guessing. But I wanted to see that explicitly. Okay, so let's do that. Which one should we do first? Let's do the dash cacao one. So here again, like the menu is a little weird to me. To get to it from here, you go to deposit and then withdraw as a sub-menu from deposit, which seems a little weird to me. Also seems weird that stats is under here. So we could do this. Let's try that, withdraw. And it definitely doesn't default to any positions that I have. Like why would BTC show up here? But oh well. Let's try this. That doesn't help as far as default selections go. So let's go back to the wallet view and see if it's a little bit smarter when we do it that way. Dash cacao, we're going to go ahead and do remove. And here is a little inconsistency as well. I think these are the same thing. Withdrawing and removing. I would say that should probably be the same word throughout the user interface, whatever it is, because I think that they are the same. So we're going to go ahead and do remove. And sure enough, here it was smart enough to say, to select dash because I already have this available. Maybe bumping up the font might be a good idea. 0.116. Let's go down one. If I click this, will it add that to here? I'm guessing. Okay. I'm going out on a limb here. Frankly, I don't trust that this is going to work. I clicked add. I clicked this, like suggesting that it should be max, but there's all sorts of problems with the max feature, it seems like. And this definitely is more significant digits than exists in Dash. So that's weird to me. There should only be 8 figures, 8 digits behind this decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These do not actually exist in Dash. But we're just going to go with what it did because I'm going to pretend like I'm a totally naive user here and just trust that this number did the right thing. So that's going to, now this is selected at symmetrics, which is good. It's going to remove this much Dash and this much cacao at the same time. Withdraw liquidity. Cacao fee is one cacao. That's what I was talking about before, 57 cents. Okay, let's do it. It worked. It looks like it worked. No errors, at least. That's good. Okay, let's go here. This will be a receive, I'm guessing. We received some Dash into the 2GH wallet. That's what that's for. And if I refresh, this probably will go away as an unconfirmed. I'm guessing. I think that happened a while ago. Come on. Yeah, that's got 9 confirmations now. And this is the one that we just received. Let's check our Eldorado balance. View wallet. Now we have that liquidity position is gone now. And we have more cacao than we used to have, and we have more Dash than we used to have in the wallet side. So far so good with the removing liquidity. That was good. The max function worked. Now let's go back. I keep going to this accidentally. I should probably just take that out. And that is also not what I'm looking for. It's this one. This is what I'm looking for. I'm going to refresh this, and I should see some remove liquidity actions here now. Or maybe not yet, because maybe it's not yet confirmed. Let's keep an eye on this and keep refreshing until this confirms. Maybe that's what it's waiting for. One confirmation now. Refresh this. I think that's already fresh. And refresh this. There it is. To be consistent, I would have expected it to say remove liquidity or withdraw liquidity, but withdraw LP, I guess that works. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So let's withdraw the other one. Let's withdraw. Let's remove this one. Let's go back. What don't I like about this? What am I a little bit miffed about right now? This is clearly an asymmetric add, a one-sided single asset addition. I got a phone call. Just check that. Skip that. When I hit remove, I would expect it to go to the single-sided asymmetric withdrawal. Remove. But symmetric is selected. So I don't even know what would happen if I went ahead with this, if I wasn't paying attention and I clicked this. I guess I just need to click asymmetric. And then, okay, yeah, sure enough, it does bring in my balance of my liquidity position. So that's great. I just wish it would have defaulted to the asymmetric since I clearly clicked on it from the asymmetric liquidity position. I'm a hard user to please, guys. So don't take this as too critical. I'm just pointing out things that I would like as a user. All right, so I click this, it populates this, and let's just go ahead and withdraw liquidity. Pending. This should have another unconfirmed transaction now. Sure enough. And while we're waiting, let's look at the memo. That's not it. Here it is. Out. Out. I thought it was going to be minus. I wonder if those are synonymous. Let's check the docs. Let's do a find for out. There's nothing on, this is the transaction memos page. Let's find withdraw, not savers. We want to withdraw liquidity. Okay, so it says withdraw, also minus or WD. So out must be something different. I wonder if that, I don't know what that is. This was different, actually, wasn't it? Was this different? I don't know. Let's check this one. Pending one. There's a minus. Minus colon dash dot dash. 10,000. I believe this is basis points of the position. 10,000 basis points is 100%. So this is saying remove from the dash liquidity pool 100%. And then dash dot dash. So these transaction memos are getting a little too fancy for me to want to try on my own. But it's good to know that it's good to know what they are. I think I'll probably be stumbling a little bit too much to figure this out on the stream. I mean, I could, obviously I could just copy this and paste it, but I kind of want to understand why the duplicate dash dot dash. Like, why is that necessary? I guess while we're here, we might as well just let's view wallet. No liquidity positions. Didn't expect this to be here still. No. Yes, I did, because I haven't transferred that still. Okay. So maybe the last thing to do here is to swap this for dash again and see how close to 1 dash we get after all of our testing. Let's check the chat. Okay. Did that. Now when you look at Maya scan, are both of the pending transactions? Yes, we did that. An experiment you could try is LPing symmetrically with custom memos, but actually sending amounts that are not balanced, but very different. See what it does. Yeah, I thought about maybe doing that as well. You should let people know that on top of LPing, they can bond the LP funds to a node and earn additional rewards. Yeah, I don't know enough about that right now personally to be able to kind of demo that. We could go through that, but I think maybe I'll save that for the next stream. Let's see. Great Wolf says, "What's the minimum suggested wait time to withdraw your LP position so you ensure that you earn some interest?" Well, let's see. The first dash dot dash indicates which pool it is, and the second dash dot dash indicates asymmetric withdraw paid all in dash. But shouldn't that be implied? Shouldn't it be implied that it's all paid in dash because it was asymmetric to begin with? And obviously, the only place to send an asymmetric position is from the asset that you already added, which was dash. So I don't know. Great Wolf, minimum suggested time to withdraw your LP position so you ensure you earn some interest. I would say there's two things to that. You have to wait at least the amount of days to get the so-called impermanent loss protection if you want to ensure that you are doing better than you would have done just holding those assets without being in a liquidity position. So again, when you add liquidity to one of these pools, what you're doing is, even if you add asymmetrically or add one asset, so the simple brain thing here is, I have dash. I want to add this to the liquidity pool to get some interest. So all I'm going to do is just add some dash. What that does under the hood is it balances it so that you're exposed 50-50. It takes half of the dash that you sent, puts the other half in a position of cacao. So you're exposed to both of those assets price-wise. And then when you withdraw, it does the opposite. It puts it back into dash. So in order to, and in the meantime, you're seeing fluctuations in the market. And when you withdraw, if both of the assets went up in value, then you would obviously have a higher dollar amount that you can withdraw. Like your value in terms of dollars would be up. That doesn't necessarily mean that your value in terms of compared to just holding those assets, because that's what you really want to compare it to. But what the liquidity protection, like the ILP, impermanent loss protection, does for you is it says whatever happened in the meantime while your position was there, if your position is worse than that, meaning it compared to just the value of both of those assets 50-50, what they would be if you didn't add them into the pool, it will make up for that. And so you are kind of insured to make some interest, or at least not lose anything if you wait that period. And I think it's like 100 days or 300 days, or some amount of hundreds of days to get full protection. You get partial protection throughout that period based on how close you are to that, whatever the end of that period is. So that's something that you can look up or ask on the Discords what that period is. But yeah, I guess that's how I'll answer that question. Also, Ryan, you'll be able to bond savers for additional rewards. Yeah. So when Savers comes out, which is the next version of Maya, that's going to enable Savers. And what One Time is saying is you can then take your liquidity position and bond that, whether that's in an LP or Savers, and you can quote unquote bond that. And that basically means that it's backing the nodes, the validators as well. Yeah, you bond it to a node, and then you earn extra interest by doing so. So that is documented, like how you do that. is documented here, I think. Let's see. Bond and unbound bond. Am I zoomed in here? Or is it just because this is? Bonding, unbonding, and leaving. I still don't know what that out thing was, but oh well. Yeah, bonding. So we could do this. I don't know if this is enabled in the user interface at this point. Eldorado. Let's see. Savers is probably where. No, that's not where it would be. Bonding. It doesn't look like that feature is on the user interface. Something to ask about. Okay, so I think one thing I definitely want to do is I want to swap this cacao back to dash and see where we're at. Now, yeah, there's fees. Fees have eaten into this amount to some degree, so it's not going to totally show whether there was impermanent loss or not, but it'll give some idea. So let's go ahead and let's do a transfer. Let's see. To do a swap, you go equals colon a swap to the dash dot dash pool, and I think that's all I need. I think that's all I need. Actually, what you would do then is send exactly one cacao custom memo deposit with the specific memo to bond to your note. Okay, talking about bonding still. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I haven't really even thought about bonding yet. So I think that, yeah, let's hold off on that till next stream. So is this all that I have to do to swap into dash? That's the question. Let's check the docs just to make sure. Swap. Swap, which is the same as equal colon asset that I want to swap into, which is the dash dot dash destination address. Is that can use a Maya name destination address? That doesn't apply, I don't think. I hope this is an optional field. Or maybe it's not, and I need to enter my. Would I need to enter my dash address there? Probably couldn't hurt, but do I need to? Does the protocol know my dash address when I'm doing this swap? I don't think it does. How would it? So I probably definitely need it. So let's give it to it. Colon that. Swap to the dash pool, or swap to the dash asset. And here is my address to send it to. That makes sense to me, that all those are required. And amount, yeah, this is the part where it's tricky because it's not going to calculate the amount for me. I'm going to copy this for a second and go out of here. And the amount, I could just type in 15.19, but I don't know if that's, there might be some other digits underneath here. I may want to even leave it, no, I don't want to leave anything there. I could see exactly what's in here by going here, I think. It gives me the dollar amount. Hmm. $15.19. There's the cacao amount. It doesn't look like there's any other significant figures there. So if we tried 15.19, what's going to happen? It might have a problem because there's fees, you know. So let's try it. Let's just see what happens. We're YOLOing here. 15.19. Was that it? 15.19. Yep. Okay, I'm going to check the chat one last chance to save me. Am I doing everything right? Let's see. Great Wolf says, "Can you demo a cross-dex swap between Thor and Maya if you haven't already?" Yeah, not in this stream. For example, swapping dash for both for BCH and vice versa. The reason I don't really want to get into that right now is I think that's obsolete knowledge, because in future versions of Maya, they're going to create a bridge to do exactly what you're talking about, but that hasn't been built right now. So it's a manual process right now, and we could go through that, but I don't think it's valuable because it would be short-lived knowledge. Nobody's going to care how you can do it manually when there's the more automated version. Let's see. I don't think the swap you're trying to do is going to work because you clicked deposit with custom memo. So that depositing is to the deposit address, not swapping to yourself. Well, I think that's just, let's see, Great Wolf, you can do it in Thor Wallet, I think. Yeah, maybe that's true. But as far as like what I'm doing and trying to do, I think this is the way to do that. And the deposit with custom memo terminology is odd and wrong, but I think that's the only way you do that in this interface, because I definitely need to do it from the cacao side. So there was only one button to try, which was transfer, that got me to this modal. And the fact that it says make a deposit with custom memo is just poor terminology, I think, because it's not always a deposit. It can be a swap also. Because under the hood, all that it's really doing is it's saying, hey, I have some cacao, so my cacao wallet is going to send a transaction with this memo. And this memo is going to tell the protocol what to do. It's going to say, hey, this person isn't adding to a liquidity position because this equals sign is here. That instead, if I was adding, I would have a plus here. But the protocol doesn't know that I'm coming from this user interface. It's just going to look at the memo that's coming along with this transaction, and then it will see this is an equal operator. That means he wants to swap. And what does he want to swap to? He wants to swap to dash dot dash, the dash asset on the dash network. And more specifically, he wants it to go to this address. So I think this is going to work as long as I don't have fee trouble. And so when I click send, I may get an error that says, hey, you don't have enough money, enough funds to do this. We're going to see right now. Error submitting transaction, failed to execute message index 0, insufficient funds, 1 error occurred. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. So hopefully I can just change this to be something like 1419. And I don't know if I should keep the 19 on there at this point, but I did want to. Let's just do 10 for now. Let's just do 10. Because regardless, I'm going to end up with some kind of dust in the wallet. I might as well have some more than unusable dust. I might as well leave some amount that I can actually do another transaction after this with. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to change it to 10. This is swapping 10 cacao for Dash. Sending. That worked. There's my memo. Now let's go here and see. That was the noise that you hear on the Insight Explorer that I just received Dash. So clearly it worked. And I don't know if the wallet updated yet, but let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, good. When I manually refreshed, if you didn't see, this number went down. It was 14.19. Now it's, I think it was 14.19. That would make sense because I transferred 10 cacao. And now this amount of Dash is increased. So now that I've proven and shown that actually did work, now I want to just clean it up, and this time I'll use the affiliate fee, and I'll use the swap function, and hopefully it will calculate a max for me at this point. So go ahead and go swap. It should recognize that I don't have BTC. So give me a better default. I'll click cacao. And I'll hit max. Fail to simulate swap. Oh, that's because it's defaulted to ETH. Let me change that to Dash. Okay, yeah, because ETH is there's no amount of cacao, it seems like, that you could swap to ETH, because there's just the transaction fees on ETH. They'll just eat up any transaction you try to do. All right. Okay, so this did 4.194. I don't know where it's getting these extra figures from, but whatever. And that's going to give me 0.0776 Dash, 239 each. So let's go for this. See if it works. Error submitting transaction, failed to execute message index 0, insufficient funds. Well, whose fault is that? I don't think it's mine. Okay, being extra harsh here. Let me just take off these extra digits. Swap. Signing and sending. If we hear a beep, then we know something good happened. Sometimes you don't always hear the beep because sometimes the WebSocket connection gets a little disconnected here. But this looks like it went through. Now let's go here and see if there's, yeah, how much were we expecting? 0.07767. 0.0767. Where are you? I haven't been here. Let me refresh. I was expecting a transaction from the Maya pool to me. And is this the Maya pool? BFC? Looks like it might be. Yeah, 8,000 something or other. That's more than I remember it. Let's check. That looks close enough to be the Maya pool. So that is the transaction, but 0.18? Are you sure about that? It wasn't supposed to be 0.18 going to me. It's supposed to be less than that. And then let's look at this 8319. Is that how much is in the Maya pool right now? Oh, it's nowhere to be found. Let me open a new tab. Stats. Oh no, I wanted to go to pools. Yeah, there's not 83 anything. I don't know. That's interesting. There's only 7,800 dash in the Maya pool right now. Maybe that's, I don't know. Okay, let's go out of here. Yeah, like I was only expecting 0.0767 dash to come from that swap. And it looks like there's a pending transaction for much more than that. Maybe that was the one before. Don't know. Let's view wallet. Why do I still have 4.19 cacao left? Thought I transferred it all, basically. Let's try it again. Let's try swapping again. Cacao. Dash. Max. It's going to have a problem with that. But let's try it anyway. Yeah, that's what we got last time. And we got rid of this. And then we tried it again, and I thought it worked. Now it's showing me error here even. So let's try 1 cacao. I think my wallet should be empty by now, but it wasn't showing empty when I looked at it last. Huh, that worked. Interesting. Okay, now I have 2.19 left. Oops. Yeah, that's the tab I was going for. Zero 183. Oops, not that. Swap. Do I have to do this? I have to click. Swap cacao. Swap dash. Let's go max again. Max feature just doesn't work. This time, let's try to keep those. Let's take one off of here because it might need that. Might need some. Let's take these off as well. 1.19. Can I get a 1.19? Yes. I should hear another beep. No beep. And it should be 0.0217. There it is. 0.0218. Hey, nice. Got more than I bargained for on that one. Let's go back to the wallet. And now I have basically 0 cacao left. And I have 0.8563 dash. So I started with 1. I'm ending with 0.8563. There were fees. Like, don't let this discourage you from using this thinking I won't make money, because I was just doing a bunch of stuff and I was getting hit with fees, and every time you send a Maya transaction, it's 1 cacao, which is almost it's 60 cents right now, so that's a pretty hefty fee. So that's kind of to be expected. Let's check the chat and see if anybody's saying anything. Yeah, you didn't think it was going to work. It did. Great Wolf. Okay, this is where we left off. I think whenever the box is checked, then whatever funds you send are sent into Maya's deposit address for LPs. Not a swap. Maybe I'm wrong. Guess I'm wrong. And the problem is over. That was from getting on a little bit more dash on that last transaction. So let's see. Let's refresh this page. This is my Maya address, the G-get one. Should have 0. Yeah, there's just some dust left in there. And here's all the things we did. We did swaps. Tried to get rid of it all because the max function wasn't working. But yeah, I think I learned some things. Hopefully it was helpful. I think I'll end it there. Let's see. Yeah, I'll end it there. And we'll play some more in another stream. We've got 0.85 dash left. We can either use that or maybe start fresh with a new wallet, something along those lines. Maybe tried the bonding. We did swapping. We did removing liquidity. We did adding liquidity. What are the other supported things to do? Deposit and withdraw from savers. That's coming soon. Let's just see what that says. I think it probably says coming soon. Deposit savers. Let's see what it says. Looks like it's live, but I don't know how that could be. No clicky. That doesn't, I can't click that, so maybe that's a sign that it's not ready yet, but let's just try it. 0.85. It says we can do it. Let's just see what happens. No, maybe not that much. Maybe 0.25. Or just 0.1. Let's just do 0.1. I don't know what this is going to do. I didn't think that deposit savers was even a thing yet on Maya. Okay, now it tells me. Coming soon. All right. So, later for that. view wallet. Check the comments one more time, and I think I'm done. Yep. All right, thanks guys. We'll pick this up next time.